Hey guys, what's going on? This is Aaron Lin with Linson Productions, and we are live. So if you guys want to join in the discussion, go ahead and comment. And this is something that I want to do on a regular basis, and I'm going to do on a regular basis. Probably going to do it about every Friday, and we're going to have a different topic. Hopefully you guys will suggest some, but I'm just going to take a couple topics within the news and I want to talk about it. These are tech topics. And today's topic is going to be about Apple things. Just letting you know, I'm not an Apple hater. But I will also get on Google and Microsoft and even Amazon. Full disclaimer, I do work for Amazon as a sortation associate. The views expressed are my own and not of the company's, and they do not affect Amazon directly. And this is my channel, so I can still talk about it. So that's the way that's going to go. So the topic for today is giving them passes for everything, pretty much these days. So yesterday, in the news, Apple got sued again by a company for Face ID, their new product beta feature on the new iPhone X or 10, however you want to call it. Roman numeral X is a 10, but a lot of people are referring to the X. It doesn't really matter either way. So the thing is, what's going to happen is it's going to take a couple of years. It may take next year. They'll go to court. They'll go to small claims court, and there'll be this whole debacle about it, just like there was with Samsung and the iPhone, the original iPhone. And Apple will probably win, and if they don't, it'll get settled out. They'll pay some money for it, and like it never happened. Samsung did have to pay a settlement back however long it was ago. It was recent, and it was swept under the rug. How many times are we going to give Apple passes for quality control, lackluster products, forcing their users to do things their way, messing with headphone jacks, killing legacy ports, killing legacy computers, and so on? Apple, this needs to stop. Because from a blindness perspective, I'm going to throw this in here, their products are decent, or are pretty good. But Android's caught up with you. My wife is a perfect example. She used an iPhone for years, for at least 5 years. And when we got engaged, I'd switched over using Android devices. And she has seen how accessible they have become. And it was probably when we were dating, but I don't remember. But she's seen how accessible they have become, and she has now switched over. She will not switch back to an iPhone. She's adamant about not switching back to an iPhone. And on that point, look out for a LP podcast on that topic. We are going to interview her and why she switched stuff. So be looking out for that within the coming week. The thing is, Apple gets passes. A lot of the tech companies do get passes, but Apple seems to get a lot more of a pass because for their users. Oh, it was a design choice. It was a hardware choice because we couldn't make it fit. we have a better way of doing Face ID, then we're going to screw everybody with Touch ID because, oh, well, that's a non-existent technology anymore. That's antiquated. That's something because we want to play catch up. Apple is always good at playing catch up, where Android leads the way on certain things, and Apple looks at that and says, oh, we can do it better. Not necessarily. Case in point, Face ID. They had a failure on stage. Apple's BS example was, well, Face ID had already scanned tons of faces, and so it just didn't work. This is something that I don't believe, and just gave to the press and said, hey, shut up. Because they can, and people are going to believe that. People are so blindly following these companies that it's ridiculous. That it's become a religion. And I don't look at it like that. I look at it as, what can the phone or product do for me to make it easier on me, to make it easier to do what I need to do, whether it be school, work, whatever, and how can I use it in my daily life. So, 6, iPhone 5, we had AntennaGate, passed for that. Basically said on the iPhone 5, they basically said, well, it's not our fault, it's the way you're gripping it. And people came out and said, no, actually it's not. They gave away bumper cases to primarily fix the issue. iPhone 6, we had BendGate, where you were actually able to bend the phone, literally bend it. And they took out the headphone jack because it was courage. It's a bunch of BS. And as an audio production engineer, with a Bachelor of Science in Music with a concentration on audio production, that is complete BS. Because there is room to put a headphone jack in that phone. There's a Chinese, this person who lives in China who bought an iPhone 7 and actually put a headphone jack in it, and it works. Made it fit, got all the parts for it, and it actually works. So they were just doing that to sell more product, which on a business standpoint, I can understand. But you're screwing a bunch of your users to go to something that is in beta. I believe Apple is always in a beta stage at this point. Yeah, they lost Steve. The Apple from Steve Jobs was great. I will give him that. He was an innovator. He was somebody that pushed the boundaries of what technology and engineers and design and the feelability of a device in your hand looks like and feels like in the way you interact with it. Now, the Apple of Tim Cook is just all about putting product out there just to put product out there. They don't care. They do not care. And I'm going to get hate and backlash for that. You can find my social links down in the description. Go ahead and let's have a discussion. Let's have a civil discussion about this, because I really want to understand. I don't understand why people give Apple this pass. Poor quality hardware, poor quality bug fixer for the last few months before iOS 11 came out, was sending bug reports in multiple times a day, and they weren't getting fixed. When updates would be released, I'd check to make sure they weren't getting fixed. The bugs were not even being verified. So it says something about the quality of Apple. From a professional standpoint, as an audio production engineer, a lot of my friends and a lot of people who I watch on YouTube are building their own computers and switching from Macs to Windows, or doing some sort of a Hackintosh system to where they still have the ports that they need. Apple's one-port solution, the USB Type-C, while I love it on my Android phone, is not necessarily acceptable for dongle-lifed devices that don't have that device, that have not come out with Type-C, and are not going to come out with Type-C anytime soon. That is why I have not switched to a Mac. That is why I will never switch to a Mac. So even if I'm purchasing a device, I'm purchasing this device, my LG G5 that I'm talking to you on now, that you're seeing this video on now, through my carrier, which is Verizon. I'm purchasing this through Verizon. And we're purchasing my wife's device through Verizon. This device should be mine, even if I'm paying on it, because I'm obligated to pay it. If I don't pay it, I don't get phone service. So I have to pay it. So the devices that I buy, I should be able to do what I need, do what I want with them, and not have to be what they think is best for me. And that's just my philosophies behind all that. And I really think, and I don't understand why Apple gets a lot of these passes. I really don't. And if somebody can explain this to me in a logical, thought-provoking, clear-cut, non-Apple sheep YouTube comment bashing way, and we can actually have a civil discussion, I would really much appreciate it. So this has been Aaron Linson with Linson Productions. You can find all the social links, where to find me, down in the video description below. And guys, stay tuned for a lot more videos, and stay tuned for these videos that come up. And let me know what you guys thought of this. If you liked it, leave a comment. If you didn't, you know what to do. And hit that bell notification, hit that subscribe icon, hit that bell notification, become great today. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Filters. Options. Finish. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Okay.